Hi, I'm Stephen with AlbertaUrbanGarden.ca. If you're like me, I try to pack as many crops into my backyard garden as I can. Today, I'm going to show you a trick that I learned from my grandmother to help maximize my productivity. Today's video is sponsored by Earth Apples, and at the end of this video, I'm going to talk to you about why I choose to work with and support local businesses. In the last video, I spoke about how I build healthy soil that has all the nutrients your garden will need to produce for years. As a number of the community members noticed, I place my trench compost in my main garden beds, and they were wondering if I left the area fallow while the compost breaks down. The answer is no. The 15 centimeters or 6 inches of soil on top of the compost serves more than to just keep the smell down. It ensures the crops that I plant, such as zucchini, germinate and will have the nutrients they need to grow while the material below breaks down. Normally, I plant a squash variety on top, and I just leave it at that. Last year, however, I chose to experiment with the sides of my trench compost and the compost stockpile area by planting earth apple seed potatoes. The concept was simple, to grow the squash on top and the potatoes below. As you can see, the experiment worked wonderfully. Not only were we able to harvest from the trench compost, but the raw compost produced as well. I did notice that I ended up with scabs on the potatoes. Potato scabs are not harmful. As such, I simply removed the scabs and prepared the potatoes normally. In order to prevent root crops such as radishes, carrots, and beets from continuing to get scabs, I rotate where I plant my root crops in order to allow the bacterium that causes scabs to reduce in numbers. Potatoes are so well suited to tough growing conditions, they can even grow in tough clay. Historically, potatoes were planted in clay fields to break up heavy soils to make them better able to support different crops into the future. Over the coming years, I do plan to try other plant crops in my compost pile, such as carrots and beets. I hypothesize that other crops, such as tomatoes, likely won't do as well as they are more sensitive to soil chemistry. We have partnered with a local seed potato company called Earth Apples. I think it is important to support my community. I do this by sharing my passion for gardening in Canada with you, and when I do purchase products, I look for producers that are producing in similar gardening zones. This helps me produce more food in my garden as the varieties are better acclimated to my growing zone. If you would like to find out where you can get earth apples, check the link in the description below. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and turn on the bell notifications. I would love to know what gardening hack you have learned and shared with your friends in the comments section below.